I was so emotional when I dropped them off, seeing the love that the teachers show to our kids. It's very touching, and yeah, it was just that emotional day.
Emotional start to the day as children entered the school gates, some for the first time. Violence ahead of the inauguration of Daniel Chapo in Mozambique, with a promise of a lot more to come. And why did crime intelligence need to buy a 23 million rand boutique hotel, which they told no one about? Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
This is Eyewitness News.
It's back to school for thousands of children. Many parents at the Delwa Slongwane Primary School in Soweto felt emotional when dropping off their little ones.
I was so emotional when I dropped them off, seeing the love that the teachers show to our kids. It's very touching, and yeah, it was just that emotional day.
They are some of the lucky ones. Thousands still remain unplaced across the country. And a group of school pupils from Katlehong High School in Germiston have escaped unharmed after their scholar transport was involved in a multi-vehicle crash earlier this morning. There are transport problems too for many others, particularly in parts of the Eastern Cape and KZN. A lack of infrastructure and scholar transport means many children have to cross dangerous terrain to get to school. Promises to address this haven't materialized. Mozambique has a new president. International dignitaries, including President Cyril Ramaphosa, attended the inauguration of ruling Frelimo party leader Daniel Chapo. This was after protesters threw rocks at riot police. Opposition leader Venancio Mondlane has called on his supporters to continue protesting the October elections, saying they were rigged.
Behind me, you'll see two major banners of President-elect Daniel Chapo of the Frelimo ruling party in Mozambique. And this is where the inauguration for Chapo took place today in Maputo, where international dignitaries from across the globe gathered to witness the event, and including there was President Cyril Ramaphosa. But it wasn't so the story that occurred during the inauguration as much as what happened outside the venue. And that was where we saw supporters of opposition leader Venancio Mondlane gather in their numbers and sort of antagonize police. We saw them at some stage threatening police, and police having to retaliate, not to what we've seen in the larger extent over the civil unrest that's occurred in this country, but retaliate more with speaking to them. In some incidents, they had to fire stun grenades and even warning shots at protesters to disperse them. Currently, the situation in Mozambique is very calm, but as things progress into the evening, many people don't know what's to come in the coming days. For Eyewitness News, I'm Aaron Singh in Maputo.
The death toll in the Stillfontaine mine in the northwest has risen to 78 as an operation to retrieve illegal miners from an abandoned mine continues. This is an increase of 18 since yesterday. The tally comes on the third day of the final phase of a government-led plan to clamp down on illicit gold mining in the area.
It's the third day in the final phase of an operation to retrieve hundreds of illegal miners here in Stillfontaine, and you'll see just behind me that operation continuing. Every hour we're getting updates on what the stats are in terms of how many people have been retrieved, both alive and the bodies that are being brought back up to surface by that special cage that's hoisting the illegal miners up the shaft. Yesterday, at the close of business around 10:30 p.m., we were sitting with 60 people that have died. It's a big number, and that's just only in the space of the last 2 days, not taking into account the tally that we saw during the course of the operation last year. We do again expect that number number to continue to tick up over the hours. The trips that the cage is able to make is anything up to 10 in a day. It is a bit of a tedious process. It takes some time. It's a risky process as well. And so there's a lot of care that has to go into hoisting that cage up and down the shaft. We will be spending the day here, all of today here, monitoring that. That operation runs from 6 a.m. to again 10 p.m. Eyewitness News in Stillfontaine, Northwest.
Why would police crime intelligence buy a 23 million rand Pretoria boutique hotel? News 24 exposed the purchase this week by the Directorate, which is notorious for dodgy dealings with its secret funds. DAMP Diane Kochler-Barnard says the purchase was not disclosed to Parliament and that the purchase was made without approaching the Department of Public Works first to inquire about vacant state property that could be used as office space.
Who decided on a luxury hotel, reportedly complete with 4 dining rooms, a gym and an infinity pool, when senior crime intelligence officers work from dilapidated offices, replete with broken furniture, or work from their cars due to lack of office space?
Action SA MP Dereline James says her party has approached the Independent Police Investigating Directorate to probe the same matter. The 5 people accused of murdering rapper aka Kiernan Forbes and businessman Tebelo Motswane will go on trial soon. The case is being transferred to the High Court next month. This morning, bail was denied again for 2 of the accused after the presiding magistrate said new facts presented by the pair were made up. The investigation into the high-profile matter has also now concluded. AK and Motswane were gunned down on Durban's Florida Road in 2023.
In as much as the matter is still in the district court, but it will be transferred to the High Court on the 7th of February, after the accused have been served with the indictments.
The Judicial Tribunal probing sexual harassment allegations against Eastern Cape Judge President Selby Mbenenge has heard that he allegedly sent nude photos of his private parts to his junior staffer Andiswa Mengo. Mbenenge denies the claims. The messages show how the senior judge kept reminding Mengo to delete the messages. Mengo is testifying before the Judicial Tribunal tasked with investigating her claims after she laid a complaint in 2023.
It was his private part with hair exactly the same color of his hair on his head.
In the Middle East, Israel and Hamas are in the final stages of agreeing to a ceasefire deal and also the release of hostages in Gaza. Mediators from Qatar, Egypt and the United States were making a final push today. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken said, quote, if Hamas accepts, the deal is ready to be concluded.
We do believe that we are at a developed stage. We do believe that we are at the final stages, but obviously until there is an announcement, there will be no announcement. And therefore we shouldn't be overexcited about what's happening right now. But certainly we are hopeful that this would lead very soon to an agreement.
Praise and worship has filled the Market Theatre today as Winnie Kamala's family and friends honour the life that she lived. The songstress has been described as a person who was never somber. Veteran artist, who was also fondly known as Dwinky Dwinky in the 80s, died last week, Tuesday, after suffering a short illness.
That's how we knew it. Winnie Kamala, that's the first time. Those days we were no Uber, but they said Papa. Winnie was at the studio. And this is how our journey began. We're recording that album, My Life is Korokoro. And we just connected, Winnie, Lapikalawa. And later we started going on tour, on BOP.
And a memorial service was also held for Doc Shebeleza, the kwaito musician who also died last week.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.